So it's that time of the year again when we celebrate our mothers, our exceptional, wonderful, beautiful, amazing, gorgeous mamas, and of course ourselves too as young moms and prospective mothers. Mother's Day is around the corner, and some have already started to celebrate Mother's Day. I think we have up to 4 Mother's Day celebrations. If I were the papas, I'll be jealous because why would you celebrate Mother's Day like 5 times in a year and then Father's Day is just once a year, which I feel is very understandable because mothers go through a lot. Mothers are amazing. We are superheroes, literally. Yeah, so I'm sorry to the fathers out there who will be feeling some type of way, but please just allow us to soak it in. So please just allow us to enjoy ourselves and celebrate our special day. Hi, besties, you're welcome and welcome back again to Lemmy's Corner. If you're new here, if it's your first time here, you're very, very welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, I see you and I appreciate you a lot. So over here, we talk motherhood, we talk womanhood, we talk growth, personal growth and development, and just everything in between. So today we're going to be talking about what I wish I knew before I became a mom. Motherhood is overwhelming, and if you don't have some sort of knowledge prior to becoming a mother, you might feel overwhelmed. Motherhood is a journey where you learn as you experience. Experience is the best teacher. So as you're experiencing the motherhood, the journey, I know you're learning one or two from it, but still there are some things that you need to be prepared. You need to know before you become a mother, just so that you know what to expect, so that you're not taken unawares. Motherhood is overwhelming sometimes. I mean, it's beautiful, it's amazing, but sometimes it can be overwhelming. And I know how it was for me as a new mom. I didn't really know a lot of things. I didn't do my research as usual about a lot of things. So I have some couple of things which I have jotted down that I want to share. So these are things that I just feel are important that every mother, especially a new mom, should know. So let's dive right into it. You will doubt yourself a lot. This is reality is going to happen, especially if you're a first-time mom. There are times when you're going to ask yourself, am I sure I'm really a good mother? Am I sure I am prepared for this? Do you get? So, but one thing I would say is every mother has an instinct. Every mother has her guts. So trust your instincts and always trust your guts. And another thing I would say is resist the urge to always compare yourself to others. Yeah, sometimes we do that subconsciously. You know, you're seeing another mother and a baby is looking so chubby and so well fed, and you're probably trying your best, feeding your baby well, and doing the necessary things that need to be done. But you find yourself comparing yourself or your baby to the next mother's baby, which is wrong. Resist that urge. Every child is special, every mother is special, every child and mother. We are all different, so you don't expect everything to be certain type of way. Do you get? With kids, I know that it looks and seems like when your child is very chuffed, at least the child is very healthy, you're feeding the child very well. I know, and sometimes as mothers, when our children are kind of looking lean, especially that beginning stage, that from 0 to 6 months, every mother wants their child to be plump and chubby and well fed and all that. And then you realize that, okay, I'm doing my best. I'm feeding this child well. I'm feeding this child healthy, but the child is still looking lean. And then you go to the hospital, doctor tells you that your child is very healthy, your child is okay, but you still find yourself comparing and thinking and asking, oh, what can I add to my child's food to make him gain weight and all that? Because you feel like, okay, you're not doing enough as a mom. I want to let you know that nope, you are, as far as you're doing what is right, your instincts are telling you that you're doing what is right. Your child is okay. You are okay. Resist that urge to compare. Comparison is the beginning of a downfall of any man. Once you start to compare yourself in anything at all, once you start to compare yourself to other people or with other people, it starts to affect you negatively, and you don't want to do that. Some days you feel so tired, so weak. so lazy, especially if you haven't had enough rest, the days before. Some days you just wake up in the morning and you're not interested in yourself. You're not interested in how you look outwardly, how you look inwardly. You're not interested in anything. Some days you even forget to take your bath, comb your hair. Talking about hair, I mean, have you guys seen my hair? So I dyed my hair this shade. I want to lock it, but story for another day. So yeah, as mothers, we just need to try to make effort. When you wake up in the morning, just try to drag yourself. Don't let it become a habit. Don't let that kind of attitude become a habit. If not, it's going to affect you. Self-care is very, very important, because I feel like you cannot even take care of your baby if you've not been able to take care of yourself. Self-care is very, 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 very important. As a newborn, most times you will not feel the need to, but let us try. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is essential for you and the health of your baby, because once you're healthy, your baby is going to be healthy too. Eat healthy meals, especially those first few months, or even the first year rather, when you're doing your breastfeeding or whatever. Eat very, very healthy. Eat healthy so that you can remove a lot of toxins from your body. Find time to rest. Rest is very, very important. And yes, sleep when the baby sleeps. I know most of the time we say, okay, when the baby sleeps, that's when we have the opportunity to do other chores in the house. Leave the chores, damn the chores, man. Sleep when the baby sleeps. When people wake up, we'll sort out the chores together, or the chores can just be there, lying fallow. Please, your health is very, very important. Yes, the first few months can be very, very blur. Those are the months where you wake up at night and you're just crying. Those are the months where you feel, or maybe me, those are the months where I feel the most depressed, because imagine carrying your whole baby for 9 months. Your body has gone through a lot. You're trying to recover and feel like yourself again, and you have a baby, a responsibility to tender to. He wakes up or she wakes up at night. You have to feed her. You have to change diapers. If the baby now has colic, which is another wahala on its own, all these things are very, very stressful. It's going to get overwhelming. Sometimes you even ask yourself, who sent me message? Who asked me to go and do this thing? Who asked me to become a mother? I remember those nights when I just put to bed jading. I used to be very depressed, and I was in my final year then. I was writing my final exam. So imagine having to read and study for your exams, taking care of yourself, and I also give birth through CS then. So trying to heal from CS, which is another major task on its own, then responsibility of the baby. So everything can be so, so, so overwhelming, but just know for a fact that that is just a phase. Every child has a phase. That is just its own phase, and it will pass with time. With time, your body is going to adjust to it. You're going to find a way out of it, and everything will be alright. Also, make sure you have a support system, whether it's your partner, your mom, your sister, a friend, anybody at all. Please make sure you have a support system, because PPD, postpartum depression, this is the time where a lot of mothers start to face postpartum depression, and some of them can even be very chronic. A lot of mothers even think of harming their children, their babies, because it's affecting their mental health. Sometimes they are just not themselves. So these thoughts, intrusive thoughts and all that, just come out of nowhere. So please make sure you have a supportive system, so that when it gets to that point when it's very overwhelming, you can't take it no more, you have someone to look up to. You have someone around to cater for the needs of the baby, whatever challenge it is that you're facing. Your body will change, your skin complexion will change, your skin texture will change. Some people's voices change. Pregnancy comes with a lot, so expect changes in your body. People differ, okay? So what you might experience might be different from what another person might experience, but still, your body would never remain how it used to be. It will take a while for you to accept it, and it will also take a while for your body to go back to factory settings. Sometimes it can even take up to a year or more, and you start to get yourself back. Focus on healing first. A lot of times, mothers, when they're giving birth, they are interested in, how do I get my tummy to go back to how it was, which is very valid, of course. You want to look at yourself in the mirror and be happy. you know, in as much as it's also important for you to want to go back to your normal self, which is normal, focus on what your body did and not how your body looked. You carried a full-blown human in your body. So it's expected. And to all the people that like to shame new mothers, you see a mother that just gave birth 2 months, 3 months, and you're telling the person, your tummy is too big. Oh. Even if it's out of care, there are some things that are just very insensitive because it's literally, you don't even know if that person is actually making a lot of effort for the body to snap back. And here you are trying to do that. That's very, very insensitive. It's okay to give your suggestions if you are asked. But if nobody asked you, please keep your thoughts to yourself. Leave new mothers alone. Mom guilt is real. Mom guilt is very, very real. And it's even more real if you are surrounded by people who even make it worse. You feel guilty about literally everything. I remember one time I took my son for his immunization checkup one time, and so the weather was very cold in the morning. You know how sometimes early in the morning the weather is cold, and then I wore him his sweater, and then I stepped out, and then after some time, and I packed extra clothes, but I was almost done with the immunization process, so I didn't feel the need to change the clothes. And then the weather was now getting quite hot, not really hot too, but the weather wasn't as cold as it was in the morning. And then one mom close to me is telling me, sister, now the weather is hot. Why did you wear him sweater? You have rashes, this one. Ah, trust me, you feel guilty. You will feel bad because nobody understands that that wasn't really your intention. Do you get? You would also feel guilty if you are not able to breastfeed your child. You see some people coming to tell, I breastfed my child for 2 years. I breastfed my child for 5 years. He's 7 years old now. He's still breastfeeding. Oh, breastfeeding is good for the brain. I mean, it's good to breastfeed, but there are some situations where some women cannot lactate easily. They don't or they can't to lactate, and then they are giving formula, and you see someone by the side looking at them like as if they're poisoning the child or something. And then they start to imagine that, because you don't want your breast to fall, that's why you don't want to breastfeed. No, sometimes it's just circumstances. Sometimes it's even choice and decision. Allow mothers be. Formula is still okay. In as much as, of course, I'll advise mothers to breastfeed because breastfeeding has its own benefits. But every mother and their children cannot go and force somebody to breastfeed because you breastfed a child for 2 years. As far as the formula is okay, the baby is fine. Simple, that's all. One thing I'll say is that as far as you know in your heart of hearts that you are really trying your best, you're giving your best, and you are open to learning, give yourself grace. Like it or not, parenting changes the whole dynamics with your partner in your relationship. Parenting changes the whole thing. You have more responsibilities now, and you even have less time for your partners. But it's very, very important to be very intentional about these things. You have to face it. You can make out time for you and your partner. Don't let the baby be so much of a huge distraction to you. A lot of people complain, especially a lot of men complain that when their wives put to bed, all the attention is given to the child, and then the wife does not even remember the husband again at all, any form of way. Sometimes these things are not even deliberate. Sometimes they're not deliberate, but if you're very, very conscious and aware and intentional about it, you're going to make out time for you and your partner, because you and your partner were there before the baby came happy, and the child is going to need you and your partner and go. So as much as it's important to care for your child as a mother, it's also important to give attention to your partner. So if your partner is a supportive person, both of you can know how to, make everything work with the baby, having time for yourselves, putting the baby to bed, and all that. Communication is key and very important, and also how you communicate these matters is also key and very important. So share tasks with your partner, let him support you, let him help to put the baby to bed so that you are not so stressed out, so tired. You also have time for your partner. So Every baby is different. Every baby is very different. Even twin siblings are very, very different. Even no matter how identical they are different. Babies grow differently, they behave differently, they adapt differently. So don't compare your baby to another baby. They don't have no manual. There's no particular way it's supposed to be. For instance, your baby started walking at 4 months, or your baby started sitting down at a month, or your baby even started potty training at 3 months. Fine. If your baby, if the other sister's baby hasn't started walking at 1, to be don't be too. Hmm. If some mothers, I'm sorry to say, but some mothers are very insensitive. They probably see a child that's 1 year plus, just 1 year, and has not started walking, and the next thing they are saying is, "Oh, oh, put him inside, put his 2 leg inside sand. Oh, do this one, do this one. You're not practicing well. You're not doing." Who knows? This mother might actually be doing all these things, and yet this child's really not ready to go. I think the mother should actually start getting a little bit worried if our baby has started walking at 15 months. Okay, so if your child is fast, that's fine. The child is quite, takes his time. A lot of babies develop differently. A lot of babies develop differently. Even with my first son, my first boy started speaking at 2 year, 2 year plus, almost 3 years before he even started to communicate, to speak. So when you ask him, "Oh, how are you?" he just smiles, and he didn't talk as much. He didn't talk as much, although he was saying few words, but he wasn't making conversations. And then when I checked, I realized that okay, he's growing normally. He's supposed to know how to say a few words, which he is saying, although he's not speaking and conversing a lot, but he's doing what he's supposed to do at his age. Now, my second son is just a year and he can actually communicate with you. Like you can sit him down like an adult and have conversation with him. That's how fast he is. Okay, so children are different, trust me. So give your child this. Resist the urge to always want to compare your child's growth and development with another child because they are different. So yeah, so just be flexible. Make sure you're flexible. You're trying out things. You're doing your best, and you're willing to learn. Learning is very important. Let us be willing and ready to learn and adapt. Okay, learn, learn, learn. Learning is very, very important. It's very, very okay to ask for help. There's no award for suffer. There's no award for stress. When you feel so stressed, when you feel you can't do it anymore, ask for help. It's very okay to also take helps. If you find a good help, whether it's a living help or a live out help, whichever way that you can, ask for help. And also seek professional help if you need one. A lot of moms go into depression when they give birth. Actually, there's what they call postpartum psychosis. Yeah, I think that's what they call it, postpartum psychosis. Some moms, their mental health is so damaged when they give birth. Sometimes it's actually from their body system. Do you get? So if you feel like you need therapy, you need some sort of professional help, please, there's no shame in it. There's no shame. You're not going mad. No, you're not mad. There's no shame in it. Actually, a lot of people are going through depression and mental health issues, but they feel like speaking about it will make people look at them that way. A lot of people go through these things. Seek therapy. You can seek for online therapy, physical therapist, and get professional help if you need one. Please, your mind needs to be very, very stable to be able to cater for yourself and the needs of your child. Time flies. Enjoy the moment, take pictures, record videos, and have fun while at it. Motherhood can be really sweet. It's kind of like a bittersweet experience. But for me, I feel like it's more of a sweet experience because you're actually growing as you learn, growing yourself individually and personally while you watch your little one grow too. You're stronger than you think. You're strong. Like you're really strong. Sometimes we don't even know what we're capable of doing until we start doing it, and you're like, it's me that did this thing. That's one thing motherhood is going to teach you. Motherhood is going to test you. It's going to test your patience. It's going to test your tolerance. It's going to test your endurance. Motherhood will test you. So you have to be ready for this test. know that you can do it. You have that inbuilt capability to do it. Just trust yourself, trust your instinct. Always pray. Pray for your children. Pray for God to give you the strength to be a good mother to your child. Trust yourself, embrace the journey, soak it all in, and know that you're not alone. Everything will be fine. It's a learning process. You learn as you go. As you experience these things, you learn and you become a better person and a better mother. If you watch the end of this video, you have a special place in my heart. And happy Mother's Day to all the sweet, adorable, intelligent, beautiful, amazing, exceptional, and superhero mamas out there. You're strong, you're intelligent, you're capable, you're not alone. So come to the end of the video. If you found the video interesting in any type of way at all, do well to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.